deer meat. Let's do this. So I was able to get this delicious venison tenderloin from wildforks.com. I'm super excited to try this cut, but let's get it opened. So we got two beautiful venison tenderloins here. I'm excited to try these. This is some of the tastiest meat you can get. It's super lean, super delicious. Not much trimming to do on these. As you can see, we got some silver skin here. We'll take care of that. And you can see this little chunk. I'm gonna pull this off. Cut that off. I'll save it for a nice little snack. And I'll do the same thing with this one. All right, so let's just work some of the silver skin off. Get your knife right under there. Not too hard. This meat is super tender. That looks pretty good like that. Trim the other one. Like I said, I got these off of wildforks.com. It's a good website that's got a lot of different cuts of meat. So this is not a wild game. This is farm-raised venison. Still gonna be absolutely delicious. Probably not as good as going out and hunting your own deer, cooking these up, knowing exactly where you got it from, but I'm excited for these. Now, I'm only gonna be cooking one of these today, so I'm gonna take all these extra pieces of meat, get these saved for later. Just check out how lean this meat is here. This is gonna be so good. Very healthy for you, but better yet, it's gonna be super tender and delicious. All right, so this is all set. Let's get some seasoning on here. So for seasoning, I think I'm gonna use 3 different complex barbecue seasonings that I have. Kidding, I would never do that to a piece of venison. You wanna keep it super simple so you can taste the delicious meat that the venison is. So we're going super simple. Start off with a little kosher salt. This isn't too big of a piece of meat, so you don't want to over salt it. Keep it light. I'm going on with a little black pepper. Again, just a little light coating. Really want to be able to taste this venison. And you can leave it just like this, but I really want to just add a dash of garlic powder on here. These 3 ingredients really are just flavor enhancers. They're not really going to overpower the meat. That looks pretty good there. All right, so this thing is ready to go. With a piece of venison tenderloin, you really don't want to overcook it. So I want to make sure that I'm monitoring this temperature. I'm going to be using this Meat Stick wireless temperature probe. I really like using this. I also have a meter, but I found the distance on this is much better. I can stay connected with this inside my house, whereas with the meter I can't. I have a video comparing this to the meter. If you want to see it, make sure to check it out. I'll also put a link in the description for the meat thermometer if you're interested in purchasing one of these. So I'm just going to go ahead, stick this right in the middle, just like that. All right, so with this venison tenderloin, I want to get a beautiful smoke flavor on there, but I also want to get a nice crust. So to achieve that, you're going to want some sort of a direct heat cooker. For me, I'm going to be using the pit barrel cooker. It is perfect for this. You get awesome smoke flavor on it, but it's also enough heat where you get a nice crust on this meat. I also don't really want to put it on the grates, so I'm going to be hanging it today on the pit barrel. So let's get this hook in here so we can hang it on the pit barrel. Just gonna go right through the end here, like that, and that should be perfect. I'm not worried about this falling off. It's a pretty light piece of meat. It's not gonna be cooking that long, so we should be good right here. But man, look at this beautiful venison tenderloin. This thing is going to be so good. But I can't wait any longer. Let's get out to the pit barrel, get this cooking. All right, so I got some lump charcoal. I find this works best in the pit barrel. I'm gonna add a few hickory wood chunks. All right, let's light it up. All right, let's get this venison on the pit barrel. Coals are all heated up. This thing's smoking nice. Let's get this baby on. Oh yeah, just like that. Let's let it cook. All right, that venison is on the pit barrel. I'm gonna let this cook. I don't think it's gonna take too long. You saw how small that piece of meat was. This should cook very quickly. I'm hoping we can achieve a really nice crust on this in the short amount of time that it's probably gonna be cooking. In the meantime, I'm gonna sit back, monitor this cook using the meat stick on my phone. Again, if you're interested in purchasing a meat stick or wanna check out their stuff, I'll leave a link down in the description below. But for now, it's time to crack a beer, let this thing cook. I'll see you when it's done. All right, this tenderloin is done and it smells amazing. So I let this get up to about 135 degrees, then I pulled it off and I rested it. I know that might seem like too high of a temperature. That's where I like to cook my venison. You feel free to cook it however you want, but this is how I like it, and I'm ready to see how it came out. So without further ado, get this sliced up. All right, check this thing out. See the beautiful crust we got on here. And this thing was probably on the smoker for maybe 30 minutes. This was a very fast cook, obviously, because it's such a small piece of meat. Get right down to it, get some nice slices out of this, huh? Oh, this is tender. This looks fantastic. Just check this out. Oh my. I am just drooling over this tenderloin. Just take a look at this. It's like butter. It's honestly like slicing butter. And this is why I like taking it up to 135. Because at this temperature, it's not dried out at all. And it's super tender. Love it. All right, let me show you one of these pieces. Check this out. Does that look good? Or does that look good? Nice and juicy. Super tender. This is deer meat. All right, this looks incredible. I gotta give this a try. Get myself a nice little piece right here. All right, here we go. Wow, fall apart tender. If you don't have teeth, you can eat this. No problem. I probably didn't even need a knife to cut this. I probably could have used a spoon. But man, this is so good. The flavor is phenomenal. Not very gamey, because again, this isn't a wild caught deer. It's a farm raised deer. It's not gonna be as gamey as one that you'd get going out and hunting. But even if it is gamey, the pit barrel cooker is a great way to take away a lot of that gamey flavor. You get a beautiful crust on here. I can taste the smoke flavor. I can taste the charcoal. It is absolutely delicious. That crust is beautiful. So good. Definitely give this a try, guys. If you have a pit barrel cooker and you have some venison tenderloin, highly suggest throwing it on there. You will not be disappointed. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel right over here. And if you're looking for some more barbecue videos, check this one out over here. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Now get out there and smoke something good.